Morning, everybody. It is 5:15, January 27th, Thursday morning. Been a couple of days since I did a video, so I figured I'd get you guys caught up. I'm up in the Austin area, um, actually doing some gun stuff, training with Texas Department of Texas DPS. Um, Getting my license to carry instructor certification. Yesterday, Wednesday, actually passed the written part. So, yay me. Today is qualifications with handguns, revolver, and semi-auto. Should be fun. Gonna be working with moving targets. So, I'm like, ooh, hope I'm as good as I think I am. So, I'll probably do another video later today, giving the yes, no, hopefully a big old thumbs up. So, got a lot of stuff I keep watching on YouTube, guys. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Oh, Fancy Nancy's decided she ain't gonna retire. She's like, oh my God, we gotta have somebody, you know, in there. Pretty sure any newcomer may not win her seat, so she's like, well, fuck it, I'll run again. So, yay. And that is Fancy Nancy Pelosi. So, uh, guys, we got a lot of weird movements going on. The chess pieces are moving, and I hope y'all are watching. We got warmonger or old war dog Biden is moving a bunch of soldiers over to the Ukraine area. And, you know, he's given the call to evacuate non essential and non military people from the Ukrainian embassies and stuff. So I guess he figured jacked up the first evacuation. You better do this one pretty good. But we shall see. Guys, I am not even sure what this Ukrainian thing is. Could be wag the dog. I don't think Putin, knowing his character as limited as we do, he's a I don't give a fuck. I'm Putin. I'm gonna do this. So, um, with the we seem to have like two chess moves waiting to happen. We've got Russia wanting to take back the Ukraine for strategic reasons. And we got China wanting Taiwan. Okay, so guys, could either one of those, or both of those spark a conflict? Possibly. I was not alive during, World War II or even World War One to see, you know, how rapidly the war progressed from the spark to the full blown fire. The history books that we read nowadays, don't tell you a vast amount of that. So at least that I've read, and I'll be honest, I ain't read an awful lot about it. So stuff from school. So uh, I am pretty sure when Nazi Germany raided Poland, which if I'm not mistaken, was Germany's first move was to take Poland. They didn't give a week's or so's advance notice. I think of course technology was different back then. Um, we have a vastly better technology for movements on the planet, and see that Russia is amassing forces on the border, and blah 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 blah. We all know that Russia has put a lot of money in Biden's bank account. We know China's put a bunch of money in Biden's bank account. Can Biden actually do anything? I mean, how many fish hooks are actually in that man? I mean, we already know he's pretty much a mouthpiece for an entity behind the curtain. We also have the English Prime Minister just all of a sudden, just turning off the spigot in Britain. There are mask mandates and everything just boom, all of a sudden. Why? What do they know? Are they tired of the crazy as much as the rest of us are? Maybe. Guess we'll find out. Uh, in an age where Australia is literally turning itself into a almost an internment camp. The whole country. I mean, literally, you can only leave the house for an hour a day to go get supplies if you need it. And if you're going for anything other than supplies, you could be ticketed. Holy crap. You know? That's pretty insane, guys. I ain't gonna lie. And then we've got some Yankee congressman actually, calling for the removal of the Second Amendment, which we know the Second Amendment is what guards all the other amendments. No number two, number one goes with it. And then, like a house of cards, the rest of the document is null and void. You got college professors say, oh, well, the Second Amendment just needs to be reworded. And then goes into a whole big spiel with, $100 words that have, 16 different meanings open for interpretation. And yeah, that ain't happening. Guys, there is a real reason why the Constitution was written the way it is. I mean, Hancock and Adams and all them that wrote the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights and stuff, wrote it specifically to limit translation so that nothing gets lost. It really, leaves very little gray in its meaning. It is either A or B, B or A. There's really no C, D, E, and F. Keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. The right to free speech. The right to free religion. We the people. Ladies and gentlemen, two or 3 months ago, old Psaki said that Biden was asking the members of OPEC and Russia to open up their, oil reserves to lower our gas prices. And they actually used the word Russia, guys, straight up. What happens to our gas prices when Russia goes to war and they turn off importing to us because we're the enemy? They ain't gonna, import valuable resources like gasoline. Guys, history says a lot, and we've been through 2 world wars. And one thing that you don't remember a lot of is whenever your country goes into war mode, all of the resources go to the war machine. Everything goes to the war machine. Literally, guys, during World War II, you couldn't even get a pair of stockings. Ladies could not get pantyhose. Why? Because they were being used to make mosquito nets. Tires. Tires went to the war effort. You know, we got these little, I don't know if it's all over America, but at least in, Texas, we got these little used tire shops. Guess what? All that's going to the war effort. Food. We are already having, although not, empty shelves, we are already having food scarcity. Food will go to feed the soldiers. Water. Steel. Guys, we don't manufacture our own steel. How are we going to do that? How are we going to build ships to replace the ones that are going to get, torpedoed? How are we going to, build new tanks? We ain't got the steel, guys. One thing we do have is Emergency Powers Act. And we did see a little taste of that whenever Donald Trump invoked the Emergency Powers Act at the beginning of COVID. And what that did is that turned, I think Ford's turned a couple of their plants to build respirators. We had My Pillow, the guy from TV, shut his pillow company down and made masks. Stuff like that, guys. What you're going to see in the greenies are probably going to just melt to slag on the ground is during wartime, regulations like the EPA and stuff like that get pushed to the back burner to feed the war machine. America will have to mine again. We'll have to reopen mines to mine for our own minerals. We'll have to, pump our own oil. Or we'll just stagnate, guys. And that could be the issue. I mean, I already did a video talking about the strategic oil, guys. Yay, we had, 40 cents cheaper gas for Christmas. 40 cents. Ain't gonna lie, it was kind of nice. But you know what? That little trickle of extra oil, it's going away, guys. Gas prices are back up. And what did it do? It took 100,000 barrels out of our strategic oil reserves. That we would need in wartime. So, Sleepy Joe weakened us. He's weakened our military by ferreting out conservative soldiers in favor of woke soldiers. We've got less oil. We're more dependent upon a potential enemy for our oil who could, at a moment's notice, turn off that spigot. Ladies and gentlemen, we're nearly sitting at $3 a gallon for gas here in Houston. Literally, guys, I can drive for 30 minutes and be in the middle of oil refineries, gasoline refineries, literally 30 minutes from my house. And yet, I gotta pay $3 a gallon for gas. What happens when Russia turns the spigot off? What happens when China stops selling us steel? Russia stops selling us steel. Russia's got a freaking aluminum factory plant here in America. Just opened like a year or so ago. Crazy. Guys, watch your back. Watch your six. Crazy shit's happening. Let's go, Brandon.